It's a wonderful morning coming to you from our studios on Kairaba Avenue. I am Ibrahim Abalde. This is QTV This Morning. We are back on another edition, and I am joined by Mr. Ade. Welcome back after the Tobaski, and I hope you had a good one. I enjoyed mine. I did a lot of grilling, boiling, cooking. I enjoyed mine. Good morning.
I was working. Some of our viewers may have heard my voice on three news stories over the time. The only break I've had was yesterday, Sunday. So that's me in terms of Tobaski. I was here.
Wow, in terms of Tobaski, he was here.
Mr.
And
Ka.
Mr. Ka, how are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. It was great. I was privileged to have Madam Ka in the house. He came all the way from UK.
Mashallah.
So
Lovely,
everything
lovely.
went well at home. So thank you, Madam Ka, for all the nice cooking and all the food. I'm really enjoying it, having a nice time.
Greetings, Madam Ka, from me as well, and glad that you were here to make our colleague a happy man during Tobaski.
Exactly. I think it's important for us to acknowledge, the efforts that our women, render when it comes to cooking and also taking care of other things in the house. Like we all know, Tobaski involves a lot of cooking, and women are always busy doing that.
Yeah, it can be very hectic for them because they have to look after the kids as well. You have to remember they have to be attired, and all these things. The responsibilities are really huge on them. I know the struggle to get the ram falls on the shoulders of the man, and a lot of men also were crying because of the high prices.
The price,
Unfortunately, there was a lot of ram in town, so the price was came down to some extent. But I think, by and large, like you said, we have to appreciate the women for the amount of effort and work and the consideration they give to the entire family.
Absolutely.
Yes, definitely. Thumbs up to all the women.
To all the women.
Yeah.
And, I think that's interesting. So on the program today, we will be looking at some of the stories. And we already have one here. And I've also seen one of the newspapers headlines. So we will be looking at that. Then we'll be talking to Imam Jah as well. And, on Tobaski, as we know, sometimes when it is Tobaski, people tend to pray on different days.
Yes.
So we will talk to Imam, why people pray on
happens.
different, yes, exactly. I realized there are other parts of the Gambia that didn't pray on Wednesday.
Right.
So it is important for Imam to at least clarify some of these things. But our African, it's not an African proverb, but it's a quote that reads, "We can only learn to love by loving."
That's a nice one.
We can only...
And please don't forget that we will also be having a clip from our colleague Babukar Sise, who's in Makkah. Hajj has finished, and we're glad to report that as far as he is aware, all the Gambian pilgrims safely completed their Hajj. So inshallah they will all be back home soon. Yeah.
Okay, all right, we will take a look at the Hajj video.
Yes.
And I don't think time will allow us to go through the quote that I just mentioned.
The proverb,
Yes,
we can only learn to
we
love
can
by
only
loving.
learn to love by loving.
It's an interesting one. I was going to give you another one, but you've given us that one. And I saw it, I think, on BBC, and it said something about you can steal a drum, but where can you play it?
No hiding place. Yeah, obviously.
I don't know. Do you want us to delve into this, or do you want us to watch the Hajj video?
Well, I think we'll just delve into this a little bit because
Okay,
it's already
sure.
on our running order.
Sure.
So Mr. Ka, what can you tell us about this? You can only learn to love by loving.
Yeah, this I would have passed it over to my friends, people like Edie and Alpha Robinson, who are experts when it comes to that area in terms of acknowledging. But on a serious note, I think love encompasses everything that is best when it comes to humanity. It exhibits certain values and virtues that, demonstrate who we are as a people, because, you have to extend your love to every person that is around you or far away in order to really have it reciprocated. And when love is reciprocated, it's beautiful because everybody appreciates when something good and wonderful is done to you. But you cannot also have it without also giving it. So it's a two-way traffic always. You have to give and take. And that's the beauty of sincerity and genuinity of love. It has to be true and genuine.
I agree. I mean, just yesterday, actually early hours of this morning, I was speaking to a friend of mine in America. He's going through, I have to say, a bitter divorce. And I was explaining to him that, you know, for their 4-year-old daughter, it can't be good to see the parents arguing so nastily and bitterly, because that will communicate to her and that will influence how the kind of person she grows up to be, because she won't be seeing love in the house. What she'll be seeing is hatred. And I said, if that is what she gets from the parents, then that will inform the kind of person that she will end up being. So, you know, I said they need to try and find a different and a better way, you know. So I agree with the proverb, you know, you can only learn to love by loving. So if your daughter, that 4-year-old daughter, learns from the parents not love but hatred, then that's the kind of person she will grow up to be, somebody who doesn't, you know, see an expression of love around, you know. And
in other words, you only reap what you sow.
You reap what you sow, it's true.
Well, I think to put everything into a nutshell is to spread love. I mean, spreading love, it's very important in every situation. You know, love conquers everything. When you show love, once love is there, I mean, you will see there will be no space for hatred. Well, thank you very much, gentlemen, for at least, I mean, throwing light on that. We'll take a short, we'll take a look at the Hajj video, and from there, we'll be back.
Ifada is part of the 5 days of Hajj and performed on the final day after pilgrims throw a total of 49 stones at the Jamarats, replicating the stoning of Shaitan, which began on Tobaski Day. After this, pilgrims would walk 7 kilometers to get to Mecca to perform Tawaful Ifada, as there is no regular transportation on the day for security reasons.
تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنا نسألك العفو والعافية في الدنيا والآخرة اللهم إنا نسألك العفو
After Tawaf, pilgrims offer prayers, usually 2 rakas near Maqam Ibrahim, a glass dome covered by a golden cage which has the footprints of Prophet Ibrahim.
تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم إنك عفو كريم تحب العفو فاعف عنا اللهم.
It is said that while the Kaaba was being built, Prophet Ibrahim stood on the stone to supervise the construction. By Almighty Allah's grace, the stone softened and those imprints of the Prophet's feet were engraved on the stone. From Maqam Ibrahim, pilgrims move to the hills of Safa and Marwa. They go pacing between the 2 hills 7 times, following the footprints of Prophet Ibrahim's wife Hajara. Here, it is only men who run and women are exempted. Hajj has officially come to an end. However, there is one more tawaf to be performed. Before they leave Mecca, pilgrims will do Tawaful Wida, which is a valediction or a way of saying goodbye to the Kaaba. Once done, the pilgrim never goes back to the Kaaba. That is why Tawaful Wida is performed when the day of departure is imminent. Gambian pilgrims are due to return home starting on the 4th of July 2023. Babukar Sise, QTV News.
Yeah, so we are back again, and that's the Gambian pilgrims in Mecca. I mean, trying to put everything and finalize the Hajj. Well, we've also received an unconfirmed report, I mean, of a Gambian that died in Makkah by the name Jalika Bojang, a woman from Bakadaji. And, you know, according to this report, Jalika left behind 8 children, and she was buried in the holy city of Makkah. May her soul rest in perfect peace. Well, that's the Hajj there, Mr. Ade.
Well, this is it. And as I said before we played that piece, I had spoken to our colleague Babukar Cisse, and at that time, as far as we were aware, all of them had successfully and safely completed their Hajj. And, you know, for the family, of course, who are here, they will be grieving, but in a way for a Muslim, there is probably is a blessing. So I think hopefully they will see it in that light.
Yeah.
And take it in good faith.
In good faith, yes. I mean, I mean, according to Islamic teachings, there is nothing more beautiful and blessed to be buried among the Sahabis of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. I think, I mean, although it will be a sad, I mean, it will be a very brief, I mean, feeling for the family,
sure.
But at least we have hope, you know, it's a victory for the lady.
Indeed, indeed.
Because, yes, our people are almost completing, they've completed the Hajj, they are on their last steps to complete everything and come back to the Gambia.
This is what we prayed for, that they go in peace and they come back in peace. And it has happened. May their prayers be accepted by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And then also, we also pray that those of us who never been to Mecca also be there someday, those of us, you know, and yes, that's welcoming news. We hope they arrive safely as well and go back to their families.
Sure.
Yes.
I have asked our colleague Babukar to ask some of the pilgrims about their experience. So hopefully, if people keep watching QTV over the next couple of days, they start returning tomorrow. We will be getting views from them on how it was for them, was it what they expected, and how they feel now that they have completed their Hajj. So inshallah, we will have those stories.
Exactly. Now let's talk about, I mean, the recent reshuffle in the government. Over the weekend, we've received news, we've seen on social media the changing of positions from one permanent secretary to another, then, I mean, moving another one. I mean, Mr. Ka, can you take us through this? Why the need?
Well, I think, you know, as a government, sometimes it's necessary to just juxtapose or change, you know, people so that you can have new ideas maybe, and people in different places also, sometimes personalities also, maybe, you know, you have a new minister and PAMSEC so that they can click and work. So it's for a number of reasons which we don't know. They know the reason as to why they do it. But it's very refreshing sometimes to have this kind of changes. And it happens, governments do that, because no position is fixed, you know. You can always be, it's like work, you can always be transferred from one area to the other to perform the task. And these people are seasoned civil servants who are technocrats who would be able to perform in any department we expect that you take them to, because their job is very technical. So therefore, one would expect that they have that expertise to be able to fit into the new positions. We hope none of them would be a square peg in a round hole, but a square peg in a square hole, and be able to deliver as is expected of them. So it's kind of normal, even though it's at the second level, it's the permanent secretaries, like you said. But yeah, it's good. Let's see what the effect would be of these changes.
Sure. I mean, in West Africa, we use this phrase, no condition is permanent. I think in the civil service, you say no position is permanent. And I think what people need to understand is that once you reach the grade of permanent secretary, these are what are called mobile grades. And there's a reason why they call them mobile grade. It means they can move you from time to time. So you should always be prepared for that. And Mr. Carr used the word refresh. You should always refresh. Otherwise, people get too comfortable in their position, in their jobs. And, you know, if they move somewhere, they think, okay, if I move you to another position that is the same position, you think, okay, I have to make a name for myself here. What am I going to do to impress the boss, the president, you know, or my minister? You know, and that can be a good thing. So, you know, I think people should just accept it for what it is, that this is what should happen in any government and in any democracy.
When you look at it, I think it's growing, and you know, there's nothing bad to grow. It's not bad to grow. You know, gone were the days whereby they will leave a permanent secretary or a director to maintain one position for more than 10 years, 15 years.
Yeah.
At some point, people think that position is specifically designed for you. Even if they move you, they have to bring you back. I think if we want to move as a country, we have to test the waters.
Yeah, it's good sometimes for institutional memory to have that type, but also, like we said, in this day and age, you know, you should be able to adapt to different tasks or challenges assigned to you. And that is in the nature of modern work. Modern work does not confine you to one thing. You have to multitask, you have to develop new skills, you have to evolve every time by learning new things, because we are in a digital era. So therefore, one would expect that all these people will have to prove themselves as they push them into different places. So we hope that they will be there to not sulk or anything, but assume your responsibilities and then do what is expected. Yes.
Exactly, and it's like people also talked about the resignation of the Minister Abasanyang, and it gathered a lot of noise. I mean, people want to know why he resigned, but I mean, the press release from State House indicates that it's on personal ground. So I don't think it is wise enough for people to be digging, you know, deep into that information.
I think it will be revealed in time, because normally if somebody resigns, you would just say this person has resigned. But the fact that they have gone to the extent of saying that is what has stoked the conversations and the comment online, people will want to know, and you know, I guess in time it will come to light. But yeah, but otherwise people are making all sorts of speculations, and that's not particularly.
But I think it's normal for a minister to resign, Mr. Carr. I mean,
yeah, but yeah, you know, it's normal for anybody to resign under any circumstances, depending on your situation, personal or otherwise. You know. And that they said that he resigned. We take that in good faith. But the only thing is there is an underlying sentence, you know, that has stoked up all this speculation as to that his personal resignation contravenes his
ministerial
continuation. So those are the things. So I think it's the wording of the whole thing that has generated a lot of discussion, and otherwise it would have just passed and people would assume that there is something. So, but we don't know. So we just take it and accept in good faith that he did serve as a minister and in different capacities, as you can see in what was submitted to the public, that he was a governor, he has served in different capacities. So that is it, you know.
Yeah. All right, thank you very much, Mr. Carr, for joining us on the program, and you know, it was good to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's my pleasure.
It's always good to have Mr. Carr on the program.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank
so
you,
we'll take a short break. After the break, then we'll talk to Imam Jah. We'll be back.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
The future is now with QCell's 5G network. Experience speeds like never before with our new 5G Rocket Fixed Internet plan. Get speeds from 10 Mbps to 100 Mbps. your 5G-enabled devices. Walk into QCell headquarters to get one of our 5G routers and experience the true feeling of 5G. Only with QCell. QCell brings you the future, tech, innovation, incredible speed. The future is now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, Sunyabus. We innovate, others follow. Terms and conditions apply.
QCell brings you the future with our ultimate bundles. Enjoy the best voice and data bundle plans in one package. Get unlimited data packages with flexible validity and enjoy what true internet feels like. Get 30 minutes of on-net and off-net calls with 5 gigabytes of data for just $350. Or get bigger bundle packages from 10 gigabytes to 20 gigabytes with over 100 on-net and off-net voice calls and enjoy the fastest internet speed in the Gambia. You can also buy 1-day, 3-day or even 7-day packages and enjoy unlimited data bundles with uncapped speeds. Just dial *343# today and experience the limitless capabilities of the QCell network. *343# should be your favorite code to dial now. For more information, call our customer care on 111. QCell, we innovate, others follow.
We are back, and this is QTV This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde, and you know, from wherever you're watching us from, this is QTV This Morning. Let's say Tobaski freestyle. I mean, we are still on Tobaski mood.
I noticed coming in this morning
that
there were very few people on the road. Very few people on the road for a Monday morning.
Definitely, especially the commercial vehicles. I think most of them are up country.
I saw lots of people waiting for transport and they weren't going to get any.
So that's it. And now we will talk to Imam Usman Jah. And, you know, on Tobaski, we've seen people praying on different days. Some people prayed on Wednesday, some people prayed on Thursday. And this is the amalgamation that we want to clarify. We want to
yes.
we want to clarify that and see why people pray on different days. Although Makkah, they have a specific day for Arafah, and we all believed in the Gambia we pray day after Arafah. So it's like it's kind of changing, or it's already changed. Imam ñu ngi laa dalal si programme bi ñu ne la bismillah. Thank you very much. Saa suñ la ooyee rek yaa ngi uyu si pour ñëw def ak ñun programme bi. Waaw so ñu ngi laa ne bismillah dañ bëggoon rek ñu waxtaan tuuti si nit yi nga xam ne ñii dañoo julli tey ñii julli ëllëg loolu yàgg na fii demoon nañ sax ba am na jamono waxoon nañ ne nguur yaa de ne nit ñi nañ julli bés bi julli nguur bi la bala julli nit ñi la loolu yëpp déggoon nañ ko fii waaye mu ngi mel ni nguur boobu jógee na fi waaye ba léegi mu ngi continuer dañ bëggoon rek ñu leeral yéen lan mooy seen gis-gis ak seen xam-xam.
ok bismillahi rahmani rahim wa sallallahu wa sallam ala sayyidina wa nabiyina muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa sallama tasliman kathira. Mr Weltare Mr Ade ñu ngi leen di nuyu bu baax a baax di nuyu ñi ci caméra bi ak machine bi. kontaan naa tey ci ngeen def yitte ci li xew ci réew mi waaye du rek réew mi waaye réew yi ñu wër itam daf ci xew maanaam mbir mu yaatu la. kontaan naa it bi nga waxee ne yàgg na fi kontaan naa it bi nga waxee ne am na digg boo xam ne ci réew mi nit ñi dañuy wax naan julli government julli nit ñi waaye léegi nga jàpp ne obstacle yooyu fi nekkoon jóg na fi kon why not ñun Gambia in particular ñu jullee ndoor. First of all li ma la bëgg a njëkk a jàngal mooy lii duhut lu abnormal duhut lu abnormal pour àddina bi ñu am ñaari julli luñ fi fekk la te diine dafa diine moo ci wax dafa am cëslaay maanaam kenn ku ci ne li muy def dafa am fu mu ko teg ci diine dafa am evidence yu mu ko teg ci diine although ku nekk da nga am sa opinion ak sa gisin li am mooy yàlla dafa wax ci alquran ne weer wi suñ ko gisee loolu mu ngi ko wax ci weeru koor waaye ni mu koy waxee ci weeru koor noonu lay amee ci Tabaski suñ gisee weer wi nañ dugg ci koor suñ ko gisee nañ ci génn loolu dafa généralise suñ ko gisee loolu suñ la ko waxee rek yow ni nga koy mën a déggee mooy foo xam ne gis bi wér na rek loolu dafa commit ñëpp ci àddina bi noonu nga ko mën a gisee ne fuñ gisee weer bi rek dafa commit ñëpp waaye mu amaat beneen incident bu xew ci jamono Ibnu Abbas ci jamono saxaaba yi ca Madinatu Munawwar ku ñu wax Ummul Fadli dafa yónni ku ñuy tuddee Kurayb mu dem Cham booba Cham ka fa ne mooy Muawiya kooku saxaabi la am yitte bu mu fay doxi bi mu wëññee ko Ibnu Abbas laaj ko ne ko waaw yéen kañ ngeen gis weer wi ci Cham Cham mooy Syria ak Libanon yooyu noonu diggante ñoo Màkka kañ ngeen gis weer wi mu ne ñun de ñu ngi ko gis guddi londi man sax gis naa ko nit ñi gis ko ñun ñëpp ñu woor Muawiya tam woor na kii mu ne déedéet ñun de ñun ñu ngi ko gis guddi samedi mu ne ko ah xanaa gisi Muawiya ak ooram doyut la mu ne ko déedéet noonu la ñu ko yonent bi sallallahu taala wa sallam waxee boroom xam-xam yi nag ñëw am ñetti gisin benn gisin mooy weer bi fu mu wér ne gis nañ ko ci àddina bi ñëpp mën nañ jàpp ci loolu ñu def not Saudi de àddina bi fu ñu ko mën a gis maanaam diine santul ñu fenn pour ñu attache suñ boppa ci Saudi never ci anything nag kaaba gi nekk Saudi yes Saudi la ne kaaba gi ngay jublu yes waaye arafa bi nekk arafa bi Saudi la ne waaye dañoo war a differentiate geographical location maanaam arafa fi mu nekk location bi ak time bokkuñ arafa ci location bi Saudi rek la ne waaye time bi mun naa nekk Saudi mun na nekk feneen ci gisi ni boroom xam-xam yi for exemple su fekkee ne ñoom bokkuñook Saudi biñ gisee weer for exemple Saudi ñoo njëkk a gis weer bi kon seen juróom-ñeenteeli fan ci Zulhijja su jotee fekk ñeneen ñi ñoom ñu ngi juróom-ñetti fan te kon ñoom seen arafa jotagut pour ñoom seen arafa jotagut donte location ba mu nga Saudi waaye jaamu yàlla gi ciy def te mooy oor gi duhut place ba lañ koy defal place bi ñim itteel mooy ñey aj Màkka ñoom ñooy dem taxawi arafa waaye jaamu yàlla giñ ciy def te mooy nga oor loolu bés bi la toppa ca ki nekk Màkka te gisoon nañ weer bi ñoom 9 boobu moo fa la ñuy taxaw arafa waaye ki nekkul Màkka te gisuñ woon weer bi ñoom 9 boobu seen iid la kon ñoom loolu du nekk seen arafa so loolu is normal waaye dafa am mbir yoo xam ne caaxaan dugg na ci maanaam diine nii la ko gisee waaye caaxaan yi ci dugg na mooy comme réew bu mel ni Gambia for exemple wala ñu ne West Africa mënuñoo fexe ba ñu ànd di jullee ndoor boobu bànneexu bakkan la boobu du dëgg su fekkee ne da nga ne dama jël second opinion bi wax ne nit ñi nga xam ne ñoom la seen time jegee nga xam ne comme lu demee ni West Africa yëpp time bi jant bi so ak time bi muy fenk dafa jegee ay minutes rek la ñooñu waruñoo mën a uute ci defandoor bàyyee ndoor wax dëgg yàlla su fekkee communication mu ngi dox fu mu wér ne weer bi feeñ na fa ñun Gambie suñ ko gisutoon Sénégal gis ko daf ñu war a commit Guinée gis ko Mauritanie gis ko Maroc gis ko loolu daf ñu war a commit ñoom itam the same thing waaye léegi dañoo dem ci ñetteelu opinion bi nga xam ne moom moo gën a woos mooy réew mu ne dafa am sovereignty gisi boppam réew mu ne ci boppam la moo sukkandiku kenn dégluwut kenn waxut ak kenn jullit ñi foofu lañ toll ok beneen fo bu mag bi nga xam ne nag mooy dox mooy benn réew bi ñoom ñuy am ñaar foofu nag li koy waral mooy ñàkk a waxtaan moo koy waral maanaam suñ jëlee history Gambia li fi doxoon bu njëkk moo di ne ñun dañuy séntu weer dañ koy séntu suñ ko gisee ñu def suñ ko gisul duñ def time boobu imam bi nekk Banjul muy imam Modou Lamine Ba moo daan coordonner mbir yi daal léegoo léegaan mën nañoo xëy sax ba commencé bés bi ñu door a jot xibaar ne weer bi ndekee biig feeñoon na place sàngam su ko defee nit ñi commencé or ci bëccëg bi noonu booba communication amutoon nit mun naa gis weer bansang xibaar bi du mun a agsi fii ba soo moytu sa 2 days soo moytu xibaar bi mën naa ñàkk agsi booba communication amutoon ok ñuy dund ci loolu dem ba ñun biñ ñëwee ñun Supreme Islamic Council bi nga xam ne man ci laa nekkoon first vice président booba Gambia daan nañ am ñetti julli ñun ñu fight loolu naka lañ koy fightee mooy dañuy fexe ba Gambia ñunu neen moom nañuy jullee ndoor even suñ uuteeg àddina bi waaye julli gi ci Gambia na nekk benn loolu yàlla dimbale woon nañu ci ñu góorgóorlu ci ba suñ mujj ak toogaay Gambia ñoo daan jullee ndoor
waaw
ñun biñ fi jógee beneen ak exécutif ñëw mbir yi jaxasoo xaat exécutif boobu fi la wax boobu ñëwoon julli government ak julli ñeneen la ko waraloon it mooy boobu ci jamono jooju ci niñ waxee ki fi toogee woon loolu moo jaxase woon mbir yi niñ ko waxee woon ak moom won ko ne ko mën nañu attaque suñ bopp ak Saudi te réew mi nanguwuñ loolu borom xam-xam yi ba tey nanguwuñ loolu ne attaque suñ bopp ak Saudi te attaque suñ bopp ak Saudi yi dafa wrong kon li wér mooy attaque suñ bopp ak any country bu gis weer moom wér na man nangu naa xalaat
waaw waaye Saudi
waaye soo utee spécifique réew loolu njuumte la léegi nag bañ waxee loola te loolu nekkuñ woon li ñuy dund te nit ñi prépare wuñ leen nit ñi il faut nga prépare leen because yow da nga ñëw fekk fi l'islam nga dund lu mat téeméeri at sa maam ak sa maamaan lii lañ doon dund te loolu it lu wér la am na cëslaay ci diine soo buggee am lu bees da ngay toog ak nit ñi nga convince leen wax ak ñoom mbir mi waxtaan la waaye booba dañ ko defoon comme doole ne déedéet su head of state bi waxee ne julli la kenn du ñemee bañ léegi nag loolu moo indi woon ñu ne julli government ak julli lu dul government
foofu la
jaxasoo ba ñëwee léegi nag exécutif bii toog tey bi nga xam ne Cheikh Issa moo ko jiite definitely moom ñu ngee try bu baax a baax pour naka la ñuy balancer
ñu indiwaat
waaw waaye dafa am jéego bu des jéego bi des mooy niñ war a toogee ak waa réew mi yëpp ñi nga xam ne ñooy boromi xam-xam waa réew mi ak këri diine yi borom kàddu yi niñ war a toogee ak ñoom waxtaan ak ñoom ba booloo ñun ñëpp ñu bokk benn taabal ba déggoo ci menn mbir boobu dafa manqué comme que nag dafa manqué soo seetloo bi ñuy suñuy dugg ci weeru koor Supreme Islamic Council am na comité boo xam ne dafa ittewoo mbiram weer bu jot danañ wax ne gis nañ weer wi nangam naa ñu ngi ciy góorgóorlu
moon sighting committee
waaw waaye réew mi liñ gëm ba up to date mooy sooy wax ne weer wi feeñ na maanaam doo xëy rek ne nit ñi bés sàngam la julli wala ne nit ñi weer bi feeñ na rek nga noppi déedéet réew mi ba tey liñ gëm mooy da ngay wax ne weer wi gis nañ ko place sàngam ñu xam ne ñun ci Gambie séntu nañ weer bi gis nañ ko ba tey loolu mooy mentalité gambienne soo seetloo bi ñuy dugg ci biir weeru koor noonu la ñuy def dañuy wax ne jot nañ xibaar ne jot nañ ko place sàngam ak place sàngam waaye bi ñuy ñëw di ci julli Tabaski announcement bi ma gis moom waxeeku ko noonu xëy na loolu dafa contribute it is possible ne dama gis rek ñu ne weer bi feeñ na bés sàngam la
julli
waaw maanaam comme nañ ko daan defee
te ñun luñ miin mooy gis nañ weer bi sàngam ak sàngam
il faut nga wax nit ñi
waaw
weer bi fan lañ ko gis not only weer bi feeñ na donte réew mi mënoon nañu sukkandiku ci comité boobu nga xam ne moom la Supreme Islamic Council tëral ngir ne autorité lañ te ay boromi xam-xam ñu nga fa even suñ la joxu details waroon ngaa mën a ne man de ni ma fonkee suma diine ñii suñ ma gënta fonk diine it mel nañ ni man
waaye imam xam nga
te ñoom ñooy autorité ndem ne nañ nangam man dama ciy
lu ma xalaat mooy
waaye réew mi fiñ tollooguñ fu ñuy koo xam ne su waxee nit ñi ñëpp jël ñu attaque la ci seen bopp il faut bon dañuy toog di waxtaan di def ay meeting di def ay conferences ba nga xam ne danañ convince nit
waaw
loolu moom laa jàpp ne moo contribuer
lu ma xalaat mooy
li tax réew mi
foog naa ne Supreme Islamic Council tam war nañoo def li nga xam ne moo tudda consistency li nga xam ne nit ñi dañoo build that confidence in them because ñoom ñoo amee wàllum diine bi si réew mi bu nekkee ne comme tey waxee nañ ko nii ëllëg ñu waxee ko nale loolu dafaa def inconsistency nit ñi duñ am confidence bu baax waaw man loolu laa si gis daal
xam nga comme ni nga ko gisee ci any department ñaare heads of departments yi li ci ëppa ku ñëw da ngay indi sa policy bu bees te loolu comme ni nga ko waxee li muy yàq dafay bari because changes su amee ci department dañoo war a inherit li fi nekkoon ndem lu wér la li fi nekkoon ndem teguwoon na ci kaw yoon dañ continuation rek lañ war a def dañuy bil ñoom itam teg ci kaw loolu mu continuer waaye su fekkee ne yow soo nekkee ci place keneen ku bees ku ñëw ku ne li nga fi defoon yëpp dafa am pour tegee ko boor sànni ko nële indi lu bees loolu moo indi inconsistency gi nga wax nii for exemple soo ko jëlee ci Supreme Islamic Council ñun bañ fa nekkee policy biñ tëraloon su fekkoon ne beneen Supreme Islamic Council bi ñëw topp na policy boobu konoon fi ne nii waxatuñ ko ndax booba àgg nañ ci Gambia ñëpp di jullee ndoor julli yëpp ñaareel bi tekki it ñu fexe ba sign ak Sénégal seen committee bi memorandum of understanding ñoom ñoo ñëw fii man maay ki sign noon ñoom ñoo ñëw fii ñu sign ne ñun suñ gisee wax leen ñoom suñ gisee wax pour ñu fexe ba at least réew yi ñu wër itam ñu nekk benn ñu ne suñ demee ba loolu ñu achieve ko ñetteelu step bi mooy ñu fexe ba àddina fuñ ko mën a gis rek ñu mën a convince réew mi pour ne nañ jullee ndoor ndax loolu mooy ndamal l'islam mooy wane ne ñun benn lañ te loolu moo ñuy may doole waaye ñun biñ génnee beneen administration ñëw administration bi adoptut
change système
waaw jëlu système ba dafa change waaye bii nii nga xam ne tey moo ñëw nii moom jàng naa bi fi njëkkoon a nekk liñ defoon mu ñaareel bi liñ defoon moom dafay ñëw ci diggante bi nag seet bu nekk lan moo fa nekk positif wala lu advantage positif mu jël boolante pour nag moom mu balance
ko
waaye xëy na incha allahu taala jàpp naa ne suñu yàlla dimbalee yéene bu rafet lañ am boo xam ne danañ gën a mën a yaatal suñ bopp yaatal dënn yi toog waxtaan ak ñi nga xam ne ñooy kilifa yi nekk ci àll bi xam nga nit dafa war a fonk diineem nag xam nga diine kenn du ko caaxaane su fekkee man dama jàpp ne lii moo wér balaa ma koo bàyyi da nga war a ñëw yow mi jàpp ne am nga leneen lu wér lu bokkut ak li ma amee da nga ma war a dimbale mooy nga ñëw wan ma li nga amee su ko defee ma wan la li ma amee ñu waxtaan ba nangu toog waaye su fekkee kenn ku ci ne dafa toog fam toog duñ mosa
du dem
te Supreme Islamic Council moom rôle bi moom la war ndax moom la réew mi yëpp jox kàddu bi moom lañ jiital gouvernement moom la jox kàddoom su boobaa ñoom itam xam naa ne source of income naka lañ ko tuddee resources bu manqué moo tere fi ne nii lu bari ñu def ko ne xam naa ne am nañ yéene bu ëpp lii may wax nii
dëgg la
su resources yi doyee man jàpp naa ne danañ dem ci néeg ku ne waxtaan ak ñoom danañ def regional conferences su paree ñu def national conference boo xam ne ulamaaw yi lay doon ñu d'accord ci resolutions yoo xam ne réew mi yëpp dafay nekk benn
dafa gën a jàppale I mean still prayer difference I mean the dates and the day sighting of the moon Imam clarified these things Gambia what we believed in is for us to say, okay, we have sighted the moon in Senegal, we've sighted the moon in Mauritania or Mali. That's the time.
Or in Basse. Or in Basse.
That's the time people believe. So Imam, dañ bëggoon tam ñu waxtaan affaire yi kawar dogwee ak yooyu noonu ñi nga xam ne ñu ngi Màkka dafa am time bu ñoo dog seen kawar ñii dog seen wee Gambia tam fii dafa am ñi nga xam ne dañ dee toppandoor loolu dafa war ñu toppandoor ko fii ndax nit ki nga xam ne jënd na xar mu bugg a rendi xaram kooku rek moo war a dog weyam dog kawaram loolu noonu yéen noo leen ko gisee.
waaw boobu itam dafa am xam nga Islam is very complicated. maanaam Islamic jurisprudence is very complicated.
You have to get intellect to understand.
No, it's not easy. Islamic jurisprudence, many of us are not jurists. To be a jurist is not something easy. That is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, man yuridillahu bihi khayran yufaqihu fi din. Waaw koo xam ne yàlla daf la buggal jàmm daf laa def nga nekk jurist. That is deep understanding.
Jurisprudence.
Yes, that is deep understanding of Islam.
Why?
So in Islam, for example, why these differences happen, it's normal for ulamas to have different opinions, definitely. Because of the text, the meanings of the text. This is how you read it, this is how you understand it, and I have different understanding, then I implement it this way, you implement it that way. Te suñ demee ba yow nga understand ne nii la mënuloo sañatuloo def lu bokkut ak loolu. For example, dafa am wax ju rot, that is text boo xam ne dafa ñëw ne soo xamee ne weeri Tabaski dugg na yi nga xam ne ci ki nga xam ne waratuloo dak say wee ak say yile lu dul nga rendi sa gàtt. léegi yenn borom xam-xam yi ñu ne loolu ñu ngi wax ak ñi aj màkka wax jooju ñi nekk ci aj màkka ñoo ko moom. ndax ñoom rek la yàlla am lum leen tere loo xam ne dafa daganoon. xam nga bu njëkka dog sa we yi dagan na nga def ko anytime watu dagan na nga def ko anytime waxtu wi nga xam ne moom rek la yàllay tere li daganoon nga def ko fa mooy màkka. ki nga xam ne dafa aji màkka armal na saña tuta dogati wexam saña tuta dog kawaram saña tuta rendi yooyu yëpp saña génnee deret sañatu ko ngir dafa nekk màkka. borom xam-xam yi ñu ne wax bi ñii la ñuy waxat ñeneen ñu ne déedéet loolu dafa général. even doo ne yow nekkuloo màkka nekkuloo di aj yow itam dañ la ko tere. waaye man maa ngi ànda ci wax bi wax ne waa màkka rek lañ ko ci la nekk obligation. maanaam nit ki nga xam ne dafa armal ba pare sañatuta dog we sañatuta dog karaw sañatuta def yooyu noonu yëpp su ko defee dafa am lu ko ciy war ajam gi dafay am problème il faut mu rey gàtt mu jënd gàtt mu rey ko loolu la moo jangee damm boobu. waaye su fekkee nit ki nekkul aj màkka man maa ngi ànd ak opinion bi nga xam ne kooku duhut obligation ci moom duhut loo xam ne dañ ko tere. ci boobu laa ànd waaye maa ngi ormal ñeneen ñi gis ne even ki nekkut màkka dañ la ko tere maanaam seen gisin la. so noonu la l'islam tëddee loolu moo indi uute yu bare du dee nekk bànneexu bakkan. yenn yi dana dee nekk ñàkk a xam yenn yi ñàkk a waxtaan waaye yenn yi uute dëgg-dëgg la yow nii nga ko gisee man nii laa ko gisee te loolu moo tax ñu am Islamic schools of thought. for example tey soo ñëwoon tey ci li ñuy tuddee sunna mazhabu sunna the major schools are four. We have major four schools. Why we have major schools? And we are under one umbrella. We are all Sunnis and we have four major schools of thought. That is Hanafi, Maliki, Shafi'i, Hanbali. Why we have these schools of thought? Because of the complications and the how to call it, the difficulties these ulama have towards the interpretation of texts from the Holy Quran or from the Sunnah of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu ta'ala wa sallam. It happens between lawyers. Even to interpret our constitution, there is not for any lawyer. there are experts, you know, in how to call it, Supreme Court. Only Supreme Court can interpret the laws of the Gambia, or how to call it, the constitution of the Gambia. Not any lawyer, not any judge. So the same thing happened in Islam, or they took it from Islam. But in Islam, our problem is that amuñ categories yooyu. For example, now mboolem léegi niñ jàppee ñun niñ ñu jàppee mooy koo xam ne dafa jàngi ñëw moo xam ñu ne Saudi, Mauritanie, foo jàngee ñëw rek. He's a alim, ulama. These are ulamas. And people think ne all of them are eligible to interpret everything, which is very wrong, very, very wrong. And loolu moo def Islam mu mixed up today. Su fekkoon Islam itam am na ñoo xam ne dañoo war a wax ak ñu warta wax, loolu moo jaadu woon. Nit ñi nga xam ne jurist lañ, ñoom ñoo war a wax ci Islamic jurisprudence.
dëgg la.
Historian mu wax ci history.
dëgg la.
Géographie kooku. waaye loolu defuñ ñun. ki nga xam ne literature la jànga, ki jànga hadith, ki jànga Islamic jurisprudence, ki jànga ñëpp dañoo mujjaan nekk benn.
lifin la dëgg la imam,
ustaas la imam la, so we are the same. Loolu mooy problème.
ñu ne time bi jot na. jërëjëf, thank you very much. Always interesting, I mean, to discuss with Imam Jah on the platform, because you got to learn a lot of things.
And I'm glad that Imam mentioned the 4 major schools and the example he gave of lawyers. There are lawyers who they specialize in family law, criminal law, and so on, and they don't cross over because you need to be a specialist.
That's it. Thank you very much. Thank you, Imam. ñu ngi laa jaajëfal. xam nañ ne su soobee yàlla ñun dinañ try ñu create programme boo xam ne boobu noonu waxtaan la rek.
Inshallah.
waaw boo bugga nañ ko waxtaan rek.
Bismillah.
waaw we'll take a short break. After the break, we'll be back.
Step into the Espas Motors showroom for your luxurious name brand vehicle. Located along the Bertil Harding Highway, Espas Motors is the Gambia's authorized dealer for Chery, Kia, Ford, and now we bring you the new Peugeot model 3008 SUV. 18-inch alloy wheels, 216 inches high ground clearance, keyless entry system, start and stop button, rear parking assistance system with reverse camera, adaptive cruise control with speed limit, LED daytime running lights, front and side airbags, 8-inch HD touchscreen. Not to forget our exquisite Peugeot Landtrek double cabin pickup with 2.1-liter diesel engine, 6-speed manual transmission 4x4, hill descent control, LED daytime running lights. Espas Motors, the authorized dealer for Peugeot. Visit us today or call us on 35-2222 or 353-4444.
Do your banking the smart way with the new Ajibank mobile app. Transfer money to any bank account in the Gambia. Top up airtime for all networks. Pay utility bills. Check your account balance and view mini statements. Request for ATM cards. Request for checkbooks and more in a single touch. So, do your banking in a smart way. Do your banking now with Ajibank mobile app. Every time is banking time. Ajibank, your investment partner. You asked for it.
We are back, and this is QTV this morning. Now let's talk to Momodu Gajaga and our new German semester. I mean, the man from Berlin.
We should say Guten Tag, Herr
Guten
Tag, Herr Gajaga.
It's difficult to mention that.
Or Guten Morgen.
Yeah.
Or Good Morgen.
Good morgen.
That's how they say.
Yeah, so good morning, Gajaga. I mean, what have you got for us from Germany?
Yeah, Special Olympic World Games Berlin 2023 was a special sporting event for people with special needs. Most of them live with intellectual disability. They have learning difficulties, and some of them, especially in the Gambia, when they go to school, they've been discriminated against. They've been called names. especially, let's say, in one of our local languages, Wolof or Mandinka, Ki Toila, Nyimu Toleleti, because of how they look. Yeah, so they've been called names. And so the world decided to create a special sporting event for them called the Special Olympics. That's why it has that name, Special Olympics. Different sporting activities. Gambia is among the 100+ nations who participated in this competition in Berlin. It was a one-week event. It started on the 17th of June and ended on the 25th. And different sporting activities. Gambia, among those nations, were able to get the bronze medal in the women's 100 meters. Anna Marie Baji winning that, She came third in her event in the finals. And the other athlete who also participated was Yaya Koli in the other events. He also managed to reach the semi-finals. Unfortunately, couldn't make it to the final, and maybe winning a medal or something like that. So it's a one-week event of coming together, promoting inclusivity, awareness about people who live with intellectual disability.
Exactly. I think we call them here kids with Down syndrome.
It's a range.
It's a range,
Not just Down syndrome.
Exactly. So I think it's important, Gajaga, we have such kind of an event. I mean, at least to show them they are part of the people. I mean, sometimes motivating them that way, really counts, Mr. Ade.
Very much so, and this will inspire others who have similar conditions to say, oh, that person has the same condition as myself. They've gone to what is a world, 100 nations taking part, and they've come back with a medal. And I think definitely is worth, we can see the footage there of the medal ceremony. And it's definitely something that should be encouraged, and hopefully the fact that we've managed to get at least a bronze, this will encourage us to put more funding into this type of sporting activity. So highly commended. And Gajaga did a tremendous job there. I know, as well as the sporting activity, for a small country, there's barely a country in the world you can go and not find Gambians. And of course, Gajaga was able to find lots and lots of Gambians there. So, but we're seeing some of this sporting activity there in Gajaga's report there. And as I said, he did a splendid job whilst he was there.
Interesting, Gajaga.
Yes, very interesting. And Berlin is a beautiful place.
I've been there twice,
in a time which is the summer, they can see the sun. Lots of people are enjoying. They said if you had come in the opposite time,
in the
and
winter,
that's in the winter, oh my friend,
you'll be freezing.
Maybe you will definitely maybe live to regret it or something like that. But at this time, it's beautiful. So I also have to say, when you look at the participation of other countries in terms of numbers, Gambia is like one of the least countries.
We had two.
We only had just two. And then in the other countries, Senegal participated in the football. They participated in the basketball. They participated in the athletics. Lots of different sporting activities. And then you have other nations also who came with 30, 20, 25, at least maybe 45 or so.
For us, was it a matter of not being able to fund these activities, or do we not have those activities for people with special needs in the Gambia?
It's both. Yes, for athletics, they want to take as much as possible, but unfortunately the funds were not available to be able to and take many people on the different categories. And as well, there are other activities, let's say the football and the other bits of it. The association would have to work on that to make sure that they have other sporting disciplines where they can have their athletes participate in future events. And the next Special Olympic World Games is going to be in the United States of America in 4 years.
I know you were in Berlin, but I don't know whether you were following the beach games in
Tunisia. Yes.
And of course, Jibril Chow came away with a very hard-won medal in the wrestling. I think 73 kg. Category. And I tell you, I went online and I watched his bouts. Every single bout was a tough one. And in the final, he beat a Senegalese guy, Mohamed Sane, I think. And it was tough. It was tough. In his second bout, in fact, he had 5 bouts to win the gold, but in his second, he actually damaged his shoulder. And yet he carried on.
And eventually won.
And won the gold.
It's unbelievable.
But each one was tough. In his second bout, I think he fought the home favorite, and that was a tough fight as well. So he beat somebody from Comoros, somebody from Algeria, Tunisia, Senegal, and one other. But yeah, great thing.
Quite interesting. I
Yeah.
should be having them on Q Sports
Oh,
tomorrow.
fantastic.
So,
Fantastic.
I mean, let's talk about our social issues. You met some of the Gambians there.
Yeah, I met some Gambians doing quite well there. Others working in some skill work, some in some professional job. And as well, one of them is an artist, Jaringo Toure. He was one time on
Jaringo.
Gambits.
Yes,
Jaringo.
yes,
He's doing
yes.
very well.
Oh.
He's doing a 9-to-5 job and at the same time, you know, trying to become one of the top musicians there.
Wonderful.
Organize
Wonderful.
shows in different parts of Germany and all of that. So quite successful. But you also have the other side.
Yes,
you know.
exactly. It happens.
People struggling and all that,
It
as
happens.
you would always have.
Yes,
Yeah,
of course.
especially when it has to do with the migration thing,
Yeah, sure.
issues of deportation.
Yeah.
People are complaining about it. Although most of them are camera side, they don't want to be on camera because of their situation.
Because their status is not possibility.
Yeah.
But nonetheless, as you say, you found most of them there. They're working hard, and of course, we always say this, that when we go to these places and we meet, and I always joke when I meet people from Gambia, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and so on. A lot of them, they remit money back home. And for a lot of them, that kind of makes it worthwhile being there. But as you said, some are skilled, some are unskilled. But nonetheless, what I tend to find is a lot of them are hardworking.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that's something that we should definitely talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a place that I've been to called Yam. It's like Senegambia. So there's lots of food, Gambian food, the domoda, the benachin, and all of that, and also
nice
Jamaican food as well. So they have small restaurants, and they cook the local way with firewood and with charcoal as well. I don't know how they're able to manage that.
Really?
But that's happening in Germany. Yes, in Berlin. Yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. I mean, at least you will have that taste of Gambia nice there.
Yeah.
Well, you know, that's awesome. Thank you very much, Mamadou Gajaga, for passing through on the program and updating us on the thing that happened in Berlin. You know, we appreciate. And viewers, this is all we have for you, Mr. Ade.
Once again, start of another week and rain season. I was watching the Espas advert and I was envying that car that was going through the mud and so on. I hope they'll give me one of those.
You need to get one.
Because I definitely need one.
It's costing 5.6 million.
Is that all?
You need one.
Okay,
you need
definitely. But Gajaga, welcome back.
Thank you.
We look forward to those other stories that you've done about Gambians who are doing very well in Germany.
Thank you.
Well, this is what we have for you. Until we come here again tomorrow, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.